Welcome to Inspirational Journeys, everyone. My name is Ann Harrison, and today's topic is step 5 of the Snowflake method. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this video, or subscribe to my podcast if you're listening on any of the various podcast apps. That way, you get notified whenever I create new content and you don't miss an episode or a video interview. Thanks for subscribing, and do like the videos and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform for the podcast episode. It helps other people find me, and also share it with your friends. So without further ado, let's get into the Snowflake method. So remember, we did some pre-planning to start with, which is asking yourself the following questions. What is my category or genre for my story? The type of story I would like to write is, and you answer that question. And why would this story make my target audience happy? Because it's important to know your target audience before you get started. And sometimes in the planning process, you think you know your genre, but then it changes. Mine is turning out to be a Christian romantic suspense. So, step 1 was your one-sentence summary, which is basically your elevator pitch, 25 words or less. Step 2 was your one-paragraph summary. Step 3 is your character summaries, your summary sheet for each character, which had certain questions that you wanted to ask. And if you go back and watch or listen to the videos, or if you download the PDF document of chapters 19 and 20 of How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method by Randy Ingermanson, you can certainly go back and follow along. Step 4 was writing a one-page synopsis of your story, which is taking each sentence of your paragraph and expanding it into a paragraph of its own. And now step 5 is writing a character synopsis. So what is a character synopsis? It's your character's backstory and reiterating the role within the story itself. So how does your character's backstory tie into this role that they're playing in your story? And you want to do this for each of your primary characters. Now, some of your minor characters may not have as much information, but it's important, especially for the primary characters in your story. For example, I had to write Katrina's backstory, find out why she does what she does, why she, how it ties into her role in the story. And then I had to do that for each of my characters. I don't want to give too much away, and I don't have the backstories in front of me, but that's basically what you're doing. And you want to save these information because you're going to use it later. If you do a very good job of writing the backstory, Randy Ingermanson says you can use it as part of your book proposal, but that depends on your agent or your publisher and what they want. Follow what they want versus, the suggestions by me or other writers. So that's how to do step 5. Now, Randy Ingermanson recommends an hour. I say take as much time or as little time as you need. If you already know your character's backstory, that's good. But sometimes you have to listen to your characters, ask them, what is your backstory? Because that's when you will actually know as your characters tell you. And it's okay to write it in first person and write it as the character gives it to you, because that will help you get to know them better. So the next step will be plot, and then we'll get back into characters. But for now, write the character synopsis, a half a page to a page or so. Actually, I had some that were 200 words. I had some that were like 800 words. So I would say no more than 1,000 words for the backstory, but that depends on you and your character. Those are just my suggestions. So stay tuned next week for step 6 of the Snowflake method. We will continue to work through this for the next few weeks. I will also provide the link so you can download chapters 19 and 20 of How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method as a PDF file so that you can follow along, and you can see how he created how he snowflaked the story of the book itself. And I encourage you to get the book, to read the story of Goldilocks and she's older, and how she learned how to write her story. And let's see, Goldilocks, two of the three little pigs, Robin Hood. It's basically a story using characters we've known and loved for years, fairy tale characters. Oh yeah, the three bears are actually running the conference, which is funny. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it too much. But it's basically a story using fairy tale characters we all loved as we grew up, and talking about one of the things we love to do now, which is writing. So I encourage you to get the book, whether you get the ebook, the paperback book, or the audio. And I absolutely love the audio. I encourage you to get that book so that you can read and follow along if you want to do that. I don't have the link to the book, but I do have the link to the PDF. But do go and get How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method by Randy Ingermanson. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And then try the method out. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay, but try it out anyway, especially if you're writing mystery like I am, because mysteries I found are hard to pants. So anyway, I'm rambling right now, but anyway, what we just discussed with step 5 of the Snowflake method. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you're enjoying the process as much as I am. Personally, I'm still in the midst of step 7, and I'm almost done with that. But one of my characters is really, really bugging me right now, so I'm going to have to go back. Even though I've done her character Bible, there are certain things that I'm going to have to go back and do and ask questions. So do try this out. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if it's working for you. If it's not, that's okay. Find a method that works for you. Some people use this method. Some people use Save the Cat. I'm not going to go through Save the Cat Writes a Novel because that's not the one that I use. Unless someone wants me to look up the beat sheet and cover it, though it's not a method that I choose. So if anybody has any suggestions for future shows, if you would like to be on the podcast, if you are an author, an artist, a creative artist, an entrepreneur, a reader, or you have some marketing tips or writing tips that you would like to share and you would like to be on the podcast, please get in touch with me. All of my contact information is in the show notes, and you can email me. If you email me, put Inspirational Journeys in the subject line and put Inspirational Journeys, being a guest on Inspirational Journeys in your comments. If you do a message on social media or if you comment on YouTube, and also leave me your email so that I can send you my featured book questionnaire for authors, and I can tell you what I need, because I am looking for authors, creative artists, and entrepreneurs, because I'm filling up my schedule for 2021. I've already got January booked up, but I'm looking for February through December of 2021. So if you'd like to be interviewed, please reach out and get in touch. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and have a blessed day and have a very Merry Christmas. I will talk to you again next week. Goodbye.